walk you through some general facts about the roofing industry in our company and help you understand why we do this crazy thing when hail hits our roofs. So with that said, I'll save time hopefully for some questions at the end, and make sure that we have a few minutes left to handle that. Our company's name is officially ProNail Roofing and Restoration. Our tagline or motto is your home, our business. So we strive in everything we do to make sure that we keep the customer's goals and wishes at the forefront of our jobs and how we run our company. Even though we might know what should be done, at the end of the day, it's your home. We have to honor what you want done. So that's the first and foremost thought that we use when we approach what we do. What we do is driven primarily in our market by hail damage. So let's get that out of the way right up front. When hail hits a home, the reason that the insurance company will pay to replace your roof is that when the granules, which you can see here in this photo, are displaced from a shingle, over time, rain and sun will wear the materials that are made to cover the fiberglass. Once the fiberglass of this material is exposed, then leaks will start happening in a roof system. Because your insurance does not want to cover interior damage as well as exterior damage, they take evasive action basically and make sure that it's protected under your policy. When you want to see after a hailstorm what happened to your property, well, obviously you can call us, but you can also walk out in your yard and look for some specific things. Is your soft metal at your property dented? Meaning your gutters, the vents on your roof, even your car. If your car has hail damage, most likely your roof has hail damage. When you look at these cool little electrical boxes that some of you guys have in your front yards, this is actually the perfect map for what hail hits your home. So these boxes are oxidized, and when hail hits these, you can see the little darker spots here on this electrical box.
You need to advance the slide, Catherine. We're looking at the house still.
Oh, I'm so sorry. All right, what are you looking at now? Still the house?
Yeah.
That's still the house.
All right, let's try this. Can you see the house now?
Yes.
It's a nice house.
It is a nice house, but let's move on.
There you go.
Insurance
Can
claim
you see the
process.
hail now?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, perfect.
Oh, good. Okay. Yay, we made it work. Okay. So this is an example of hail damage. Do you see how these little granules got knocked off and you see the black underneath it? So that's your oil, essentially your raw materials that are covering the fiberglass matting. And this is what's going to wear over time and expose a hole in the roof. This on the right-hand side is your electrical box that sometimes sits in your front yard. And do you see the dark spots on that? That's where hail hit it. So you can tell exactly the size of the hail that hits your roof by looking at that electrical box in your front yard, if you have one. And what you're looking for, these are itty bitty marks here. There's some that are a little bit bigger, but if hail was going to damage the roof and cause the type of damage you see on the picture on the left, you're going to see much, much larger hits on this electrical box, like 2 to 3 times that size. You can also look at your fences. If you have fences that are stained, it's going to look just like this electrical box. It's going to look like one of your kids went out with a airsoft rifle or a paint gun and got after it with white. So that's what you look for at your property if you want to see if you have damage. If you do have damage, there's a very simple process we should follow in Texas to report an insurance claim. First and foremost, and Roy can probably attest to this, only the homeowner can file the claim or their agent. A roofing contractor should never file the claim on your behalf. You own that. So first of all, you should confirm damage, because if you don't have damage and an adjuster comes out, it is still a claim. It'll be a 0-point claim, but it's still a claim. The second step is, if you have damage, file a claim. You always want at your adjuster meeting, which is step 3, to have a contractor present. The reason for that is an insurance adjuster is there representing the insurance company. They are not there representing you. Some of them are really nice and they'll do the best job they can for you, but at the end of the day, their title is loss prevention. It is not loss prevention for the homeowner. It is loss prevention for the insurance carrier. The contractor's job is to make sure that your property is restored to its original condition and to building code. Keep in mind right now, the price of one sheet of OSB decking is $42.87. Last year, I paid $11.22 for decking in February before COVID hit. So if you do not have code coverage on your policy and your home requires a redeck to meet code, that means you would have to pay out of pocket for it. So we can help find reasons that are not code related for things like that to happen. So that's why it's very important to have the contractor present during your adjuster meeting. And then of course, the final step is just to restore the property. In Texas, a lot of people believe they should go out and get 3 estimates to have their work done. You can absolutely do that. And if you save money, your insurance company will save money, because what you've agreed to is a co-sharing responsibility on a claim. Just like in medical insurance, like Christy sells, in property and casualty insurance, you have a copay. That means if the total claim is $15,000, you still have a copay. Saving money is only saving the total claim, which means you're saving your insurance company money. There's nothing wrong with that, but you could also get the best components possible for the budget your insurance gave you. So we always advocate, just meet with your contractor and look through the scope of work. Don't play the money game, because what you're after is the best quality product with the best contractor to restore your property in the way the insurance said they're allowing the budget to happen. All right, we're going to go over a couple of more slides and then call it time. In a storm, typically what you're going to see damaged in Texas is roofing, gutters, and fences. Sometimes, depending on the storm, maybe windows. Maybe your fence has to be replaced if it's big enough. Maybe your AC unit even has to be replaced. So as a general contractor, we can help manage all of those parts. We don't just do roofing. Roofing is our primary focus. It's what our own employees do, but we do have great relationships and fund all the other components of a project. All right. Lastly, the reason it's so important not to play the budget game in Texas and to utilize the full effect of your insurance is that contractors in Texas are not licensed. Some will tell you they are. They go through institutions like the National Roofing Contractors Association, the Roofing Contractors Association of Texas. All of those are great entities, but the bottom line is there is no licensing of roofers in Texas. So anyone literally can put a sign on their truck and be a roofer tomorrow if it hails today. But what that means is that you're going to get all sorts of things done to your roof for all sorts of prices. But what you want is somebody who's been in business. They have experience, they have the right certifications, they honor their warranties, and they have a process that can ensure if they go from one customer today to 500 customers tomorrow, which is what the water remediation company experienced in February in Texas. They have a process to grow and handle that. These are actual pictures of roofs that we've looked at. The first one on the top left, you see how that's buckling? The tan one, do y'all see that? This was because they threw the shingles over the ridge of the roof when it was really hot outside. Not supposed to do that. It breaks the warranty on a roof, on the shingles. The second one in the middle, I have no idea what they were trying to do there. That was just really bad work. And the last one is actually blistering because the roof was not ventilated properly. So that was probably done by the landscaping company who all of a sudden became a roofer because it hailed. And that does happen. So, you know, the bottom line there is advocate using a company that knows what they're doing, they have the right experience, they have the right warranties. ProNail Roofing is Master Elite certified with GAF. That means that we are considered the top 1% of roofing contractors in DFW. There are today around 7,800 roofers in DFW. I say today because if we get a big hailstorm, that multiplies because people come in from out of state to storm chase. When you're a Master Elite roofer, it means that you've had a background check, you've had a financial audit, you have your customers interviewed, you've had your roofs inspected by the company, and they're standing behind the work we do. They will stand behind the work we do for 20 years and warranty not only the labor on the roof, and that's the most important part, but also the shingles. We're also A+ with the BBB. We are Google guaranteed, and we are members of the National Roofing Contractors Association, and we're certified in CertainTeed as well. So that is 9 minutes. I'm going to be quiet and see if anybody has any questions. Let me stop sharing. Okay. Any questions? I know it's riveting.
Yeah, no, that was interesting. I remember seeing those over the ridges a lot, the shingles when you look, do a lot of drive-bys. So that's interesting that it buckles it and it ruins the warranty.
Hey, Catherine, I have a quick question. Just perhaps, what's your service area? I mean, that you work with, where you go to, Weatherford or Greenville, or is it just the DFW area?
That's a great question. We've done roofs in Houston. We've done roofs in Athens. So really, our service area is Texas. So we'll travel. If it's more than a couple of roofs, we don't consider ourselves storm chasers because anything that we've done that's in a more remote area has all been referral based. And yeah, so we'll have roof, we'll travel.
I have a question, Catherine. I know the video's not on. How do you, obviously you're always gonna be my first referral, but how do you vet other companies? Like, how can you find out if these other companies have these credentials and stuff that you have?
Well, I always ask for proof of, when you ask for proof of insurance from a company, you're going to see where they're based. Are they based here in Texas, or are they based somewhere else? Because that's going to mean honoring a warranty is going to be kind of hard if you're based in Illinois and you're down here storm chasing. I always say, in fact, in our booklet, we have questions to ask contractors. Ask them how long they've been in business, ask them for referrals, ask them for, their supplier, who is their main supplier, and get a referral source there. Our reps will tell you they spend most of their day chasing roofers to pay their bill on their accounts. And keep in mind, in Texas, if let's say you hire somebody to do work on your property and they don't pay for the concrete or the plants that they used in your front yard or the tree or the roof materials, that company will lien your property. So if I go purchase shingles at ABC Supply for your house and I don't pay ABC Supply can come in and lien Jody Wallace's house. And you know, most homeowners don't realize that. So it's always important to ask for references if you don't know somebody. Great question though.
I want to give a testimonial. A couple of years ago when we had that big giant hailstorm with a bunch of little bitty hail, it looked like it snowed outside. We had our roof destroyed, our air conditioner destroyed, our PVC fence destroyed, our RV garage door just, I mean, it was a very large claim. And the adjuster was a little less than cooperative. I think his goal was to be as uncooperative as possible. And Catherine and her team went to bat for us, and they spent a lot of time on the phone annoying said adjuster. And it wasn't our insurance company, it was their independent adjuster that was the pain. So she did a fantastic job, got everything replaced. We had a preferred air conditioner company. She worked with our preferred air conditioner company that we had a relationship with. And then I had a leak this year, and it had more to do with the fact that we had an addition to our house. So it wasn't part of the original frame and the original roof line. And so there was a funny angle. And so even though she had replaced the roof, but it was just the funny angle that was pooling some water, but they came out absolutely super quick and fixed it. No problem, no question. And I very much appreciate that. So Catherine is definitely, and she's organized, which if you guys have worked with contractors, that's rare.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. So our goal is just to do the